The Bombay Dockyard Explosion, 1944. Bombay Dockyard Explosion, also known as the Bombay Explosion, occurred on April 14, 1944, in the Victoria Dock of Bombay during World War II. The SS Fort Stikine, a British freighter built in 1942, carried a highly volatile cargo mix. The ship's cargo included 1,400 tons of explosives, including gold bullion, ammunition, and cotton bales, 31,000 bales of cotton, and 800 tons of raw sulfur, timber, scrap iron, and other materials. The incident on the afternoon of April 14, 1944. A fire broke out in the SS Fort Stikine cargo hold. Despite efforts to extinguish it, the fire spread rapidly due to the highly flammable materials on board. At around 4:06 p.m., the ship exploded with such force that it caused a massive shockwave, sending debris flying across the dockyard and into the city. Approximately 30 minutes later, a second explosion occurred, which was even more devastating, causing widespread destruction and igniting fires throughout the area. Casualties and damage. The explosions claimed the lives of an estimated 800 to 1,300 people and injured over 2,500. The damage to the dockyard was immense, with around 80,000 tons of shipping destroyed or heavily damaged. Fires ravaged the surrounding areas for days, leaving parts of Bombay in ruins. Aftermath. The explosion deeply impacted the city's infrastructure and economy, as it took a long time to recover from the devastation. Key insights and takeaways. Danger of mixed cargo. Insights. Ships carrying hazardous materials should not mix highly volatile substances with other cargo, especially those that could amplify the risk of fire or explosion. In the case of the SS Fort Stikine, the combination of ammunition, explosives, cotton bales, which caught fire, and oil led to a chain reaction that worsened the disaster. Need for specialized handling and storage. Insights. Explosives and hazardous materials must be handled carefully and stored in dedicated, secure sections with adequate precautions. Improper handling of the ammunition on board contributed to the explosion. Importance of firefighting resources and response. Insights. Immediate and well-coordinated firefighting measures are crucial in preventing initial fires from escalating. Delays and inadequacies in firefighting efforts allowed the fire to spread, eventually triggering the explosions. Mumbai's firefighters were overwhelmed by the magnitude of the incident. Awareness of surrounding risks in port areas. Port authorities and dock workers must be made aware of the potential risks posed by cargo ships, especially when hazardous materials are involved. Many workers and civilians in the vicinity were unaware of the dangerous cargo aboard the ship, which resulted in a lack of early evacuation. Strict regulatory oversight. Insights. There must be stringent regulations governing the transport, storage, and handling of dangerous cargo, both at sea and in port areas. The disaster highlighted lapses in regulatory oversight, leading to new policies on how dangerous goods should be managed in ports globally. Preparedness and emergency response planning. Insights. Adequate emergency preparedness, including evacuation plans and protocols for nearby areas, can help minimize casualties and property damage. The explosion caused large-scale destruction in the nearby residential and commercial areas, which could have been mitigated with better evacuation procedures. Training for port workers. Insights. Port workers need specific training to handle hazardous materials safely and respond effectively to emergencies. Many dock workers lacked sufficient training to deal with such a disaster, which contributed to confusion and mishandling during the event. Community impact awareness. Insights. Industrial or dockyard disasters have wide-reaching effects on surrounding communities. Governments and companies must invest in community safety protocols and compensation plans. The explosion affected thousands of people, destroyed over 80,000 homes, and left many injured, homeless, or without livelihoods.